Hello, welcome back to Story Reckless. All of us are here this time. Well, minus Claire, but the three of us are here.
Wow, so fast you forget.
Look, we're just, I move fast. I don't know what to say. No, but yeah, all of us are here who were playing Lasers and Feelings, which is what we're here to do again tonight, and hopefully finish up the story that we started in our world of Lasers and Feelings. I think I'm gonna try and pull an Enya with Kane here and just go. Let's just go straight into it, because anybody who is joining us for the first time, good luck. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I got it. We see a cavernous chamber with honeycombed walls. It looks from this scale like it's hard to tell how large things are. Like, this could be almost microscopic scale in the sense of the amount of um, cubbies that we see in this like catacombed chamber. But as we look closer, we see a light source up in one of these honeycombs, and it is coming off of a large ship, and there are the shapes of small figures moving about on it. And as we slowly begin to track in, we can see these shapes coalescing into humanoid forms, and we realize the scale of this place is quite massive. Each one of these honeycomb chambers seems to be the size of a skyscraper, and the ship itself is docked up against one of these. There's another shape glowing behind the ship, floating and undulating, organic in its form, almost whale-like in appearance, but strange and alien. A multitude of eyes, almost glassed over, opened up, staring down at a single figure standing atop this ship in front of it. Down on the deck of the ship, closer, on like a small catwalk running along the side of this ship, we see three other figures. One with a wide-brimmed hat seems to be shambling up over the railing, climbing up a rope and positioning themselves. Two others face off with one another, having some sort of heated discussion. And as we track fully inwards, the camera zooms past those three individuals on this catwalk, through the spines of this porcupine-esque ship, up to the lone figure standing here in front of this massive, what we can now see looks to be a rotting dead corpse of a whale-like creature. This lone figure stands there in front of the looming beast with its multitude of eyes, and within the eyes there is a swirling pool of something writhing and moving within. We are going to resume right here with you, Rice, as you stand here before one of the dead parish members. Their voices echoing within your mind. They seem to have tapped into the hive mind ability of the parish and are reaching out to you, excitedly exclaiming to you, "We have found one of our lost children that we sent out so long ago. Please, Rice, won't you join us? There is so much to experience in this great form."
You sent me out on purpose. Why? Why? I've been alone for so long. I've wandered this planet for 5 long years, wondering if there's anybody else like me.
Well, we have been locked away down here in the depths, only experiencing what crawls and writhes and slithers about. But we found a way to send our children, our spores, up, and scout the upper reaches of our world. You were part of this expedition, this lone force sent out to find new hosts so that we may have brand new experiences from the heights of this world. You were intended to find new hosts, and then we would find you and bring you back home to report on your new life.
New hosts. What do you mean? You knew that the humans were there?
The humans. We suspected as much. We were getting inklings of a new species on this world through our various connections. The angler bison in particular, their memories flooding into our own revealed these strange new creatures, and we were intrigued. But something happened. Your colony was unable to escape the cycle. Or so we thought.
Unable to escape. I've wondered for so long. I wish to rejoin you. I feel a yearning in my chest. Something calls to me. It feels right. I need to say goodbye to my travel companions.
Yes, of course, of course. We are waiting. And the whale corpse, all the eyes focus in on you, and there's sort of a excited whirlpool within each eyes as the worms swarm within.
Okay, Rice turns away, and I recall there's another person up on this like platform.
So
with the rope.
let's do this. So as you begin to turn, we're gonna cut away down to River. River, you are standing there face to face with Rowena. Rowena was another researcher on part of the Rachmaninoff University, but she, as you all were finding your way through this world, figuring out how to survive, she was one of the strongest advocates for breaking away from Rimsky University, especially when they started to integrate themselves further with the world. Rowena saw this as problematic and saw it as dangerous, and she wanted to protect her own. And eventually came to the determination that Rimsky was fully lost and ties needed to be cut in order to save all of Rachmaninoff, or what was left of it. And she has been leading the effort on finding a way to get off this world before you were separated from Rachmaninoff. But Rowena stands there, stocky woman, looking you up and down. You can sort of hear the sounds of the rope behind you straining, and you kind of glance and can see the corpse of Ruby sort of shambling up the rope to get up to you. And that voice within your ear of Rayan just gently speaking into your ear. Why don't you hear her out, River? And Rowena stands there before you. So, you've made it all the way back here, huh, River? What are you doing here, huh? And why have your, is this your travel companion, or do you have something to do with this? And she gestures up to the conversation being had up above with Rice and the whale.
Look, y'all left me behind. Don't make this sound like what? I found my way back here? Where the hell else am I gonna go? This is... You're looking for a way off.
Yes, we've...
expect you to turn to the worms.
Well, we discovered that we had some mutual interests. This species seems to be fascinated with the parish, and it turns out they have never been able to infest one of their bodies and experience them, for the parish finds it to be a bit of a desecration of their way of living and their passage into the afterlife. So we took things into our own hands. We're helping them out a bit. And it turns out when they get these little wormy guys, when they infest corpses, they sort of rejuvenate the corpse and, well, it makes fuel a bit more potent. Let's just put it that way.
And you can kind of hear the sloshing and pumping sound from the tubes that are protruding off of the whale corpse going down into the ship. At this point, you hear a clank of metal as Ruby pulls herself up and sort of lumbers onto the deck, straightens up, brim of the hat covering the eyes. She stands there in a cool pose. And Rowena goes,
And, look, some of us, we met our end in the process of trying to find a way out of here, and we had some bodies laying around, so this is part of the arrangement. Look, I'm not going to try to convince you to be infested with worms or something. None of us have done this, of course. We just gave away, an unused asset, that's all. Just some
Was
meat.
she an unused asset?
Well, sure, she died and then her body was laying around. It's just some meat. It's no big
So
deal.
they're just waiting. They're just waiting. So you're not infested currently, but you're going to be infested as soon as you're dead. That's the deal?
she kind of leans in.
Look, we're gonna be long gone before that happens.
Says who? They're in your escape pod.
No, they're not coming with us. They stay out here. Look, we already gave them what they want.
And she gestures up to the giant whale corpse.
Now that they're in, they're going to have... Look, do you see?
And she gestures around all the different honeycombs, and you can see within there are like dark shapes in some of these honeycombs. Some of them are empty, but some still have shapes within.
Look at all of this wealth for them to infest. They are going to have a brand new host of bodies to infest, and voila, they get plenty to have fun with.
And you're gonna harvest the fuel and leave.
That's the plan. You could go home with us. It's no big deal, right? It's no problem. All we're doing is just giving them the dead bodies of the parish. They have their strange, primitive customs. Who cares? We get what we need, and we leave. And besides, with all of this information and new research, I mean, we're going to be famous when we get back. Don't tell me you want to go home, don't you? Surely. What, you want to stay here on this godforsaken planet?
No, I want to go home. Of course I want to go home. Do you know I got covered in slime? Do you feel this? Feel this slime. I put it all over her face.
You just put it on her.
Feel the slime. Yeah.
She tries to stop you like, whoa. What kind of social skills have you developed in the past 5 years? You don't just touch someone's face like that.
It's been me and Rhapsody and Rice.
Who's Rhapsody?
Oh. Fuck, you can't let them infest this entire catacombs. You can let them have one corpse. Let them have one corpse, and that's it.
Why would we do that? We owe them nothing. If anything, they,
You killed a whale. You killed a parish.
Look, it's survival. I don't know what to say.
There's surviving, and then there's just being a dick. And that's what we're doing now.
Certain point of view.
At this point, Rice, you turn and can see this conversation taking place. And you can see Ruby is standing there, sort of glaring at you from under the brim of the
So
hat.
I took her hat, remember?
Oh, you took her hat. That's right. Oh
So
my god.
I am
She had
throwing
a
at her.
second
That's
hat.
right.
It's
You
exactly
have
it.
the hat. Okay. So, then I guess, yeah, she doesn't have a hat. She just has her long hair? Long hair?
So I think Rice walks up and says, River, I need to talk to you. Oh, Ruby, you're looking better than when I saw you last.
The body, the head slowly looks up. The eyes stare at you. You can see the eyes themselves kind of bulge a little, and some little worm heads sort of poke out from under the eyelids and then slip back in. And Ruby goes,
That wasn't very nice what you did. Pushing us over the edge like that.
The way that I see it, now we're even.
Yes, we can see that from the last time we saw each other.
In fact, I think I owe you one, and I want to level the gun and shoot.
oh my god. Roll
You're getting
lasers.
between the
Definitely roll lasers on this.
Okay. I don't think I'm being precise about it.
No.
This is just, it felt appropriate. Like, we're having a conversation here.
I'm kind of inclined to give you one extra die for aura farming, because that was a very like cool, almost Han Solo-esque just pull the gun and boom. But I'll leave that to you if you think it warrants aura farming or not.
Yeah, that, like, I think it's lasers, but also, yeah. That's a 2. That's my laser feelings. Double 2s, actually.
Oh my god. Okay.
Twist.
Double laser feelings. Okay, and you got 2, so you definitely succeed. And you can ask me a question. Okay. What is your intent here with shooting her?
I think just like, to spice things up.
Just
make things
spice
that I'm like a loose cannon who can't be contained.
Okay,
She'll be
so
fine. I've walked it off.
so suddenly Rice drops down next to you, says this cool line, and whips out the gun was from Ruby,
It's
right?
Ruby's gun.
Yeah, so
too.
whips out this strange sort of like organic looking gun that just fires off this sort of purple smoke with a concussive blast and kind of a almost shell-like conical shape goes flying out and just slams into Ruby.
Can it blast Ruby off the edge again?
You didn't get a crit, so I'm gonna say no because of the angle. Ruby just goes flying back, action movie style, and slams onto the deck, with now a large hole in her shoulder, and you can see like a series of little worms go scattering across the deck.
There. Now you owe me one. I hate
And
to leave things evened out.
you can also ask me a question if you wish.
What are these people? What can I make the box seem like that these people would want? What bait can I dangle?
Oh, the box of spiders that were
Scorpions.
Scorpions. That, yeah. What were they? Squid scorpions or something? I think is what we started calling them.
Something like that.
Yeah. So
Like
ask the question one more time. What?
Okay, so what's a MacGuffin that they're looking for? Give me a detail of a thing that I've heard like Rachmaninoff University looking for. What's like a key? Is it maybe something that we lost during the quiet year? Like,
Yeah. What's a key that they're looking for?
oh, maybe something in the bathysphere that who was it? Raven went down?
Yeah. Raven went down in the bathysphere and came back.
Here's Raven's black box. Something like that.
Would they care about Raven? Because Raven was part of Rimsky.
What's the science gained?
The science gain. I mean, yeah, it's something. I'm trying to think. I mean, the thing that they want most is a way to get off the planet.
Yeah.
So if there is something, so two things: a way to get off the planet, and
I think.
and
Yeah.
if there is any evidence that would discredit Rimsky University, like some kind of like. If there, I don't know what it could be. This is, I'm kind of passing this over to you. But if there is a way to, like, shame and discredit Rimsky University, that would be something they would really want. Or some kind of fuel source to get off the planet, which they technically have, but maybe it could be something better.
I'm rethinking this. Yeah. I don't want something that necessarily only Rachmaninoff wants. It's something that the worms want.
Oh, you want something that the worms
want?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I just
the worms...
Oh, I knew. The thing that I asked the parish, my payment for this thing, it was the key to a labyrinth or something.
Right. Oh my god, I didn't write it down. What did you say? Let me see if I wrote it down. Shit, I didn't write it down. Yeah,
I think it's like the like answer to a riddle through a labyrinth.
Right.
On the other side of the planet. That is like, I think, a well-kept secret of the parish. So I guess my laser feelings are that they want that, if that becomes truth in the world.
That they want the key into this labyrinth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that if they could get their hands on something that is inaccessible.
Great, it's a treasure map, essentially.
It's a treasure map.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Then I think Rice turns to River and says, River, I have been called back home, but before I rejoin the mines, they must not have this. This is the key to the South Wilds Labyrinth.
Yes. Shake. Yes.
It has untold treasures. I need to know that this key, this map, is taken care of. You need to take it far away from here. Glancing over to see if they're listening.
I think I want you to roll feelings on this. Like, I think this is a roll.
I don't think this is aura farming or explorer.
No.
It's just straight up feelings.
I think it's just a straight feelings roll. I think this might only be one die.
Unless I can get help.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how.
With you shaking it.
Yeah, shaking it and just like.
I don't know if that actually helps because you shake it and it would be like a dozen like.
I'm just going to.
No, it can help. I'm just joking.
Bluff a little bit just by being like, yes, yeah, okay, I know exactly where I can put this. I've been looking to build a labyrinth of my own to house a treasure.
Okay.
I look forward to seeing it.
All
my
right.
new form.
Let's start with hi Golden Tongues, you're in chat. I hope you're feeling better.
Hello.
Let's start with River. Go ahead and roll a feelings roll, just a straight roll, and see if you can add
That's a 6.
So that is super failure on the help, I believe. Or...
Oh yeah.
Wait,
hold on.
am I doing lasers?
Hold on. No, you're doing feelings. If you're using feelings, You want to roll over your number, and you have a 5. Wait, so you succeed. You succeed.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get an extra dice on this. Go ahead
It's
and roll.
because I'm actually thinking really hard about that labyrinth.
Go ahead and roll feelings for me, Rice.
Okay. 2d6. That's another double 2.
Oh my god. Okay, you can ask another question, but yeah, that is another success.
Are they buying it?
Yes, you see, well, okay, we have to resolve something first. You just shot Ruby. So, you, boom, shoot. You turn around coolly and say this to River. As you're saying that, you're seeing Rowena has, like, her hands up and is, like, wide-eyed, like, holy shit, this is a loose cannon. And as you say that and pass it off, you see Rowena sort of squint and look at this box. Yeah, she thinks this is something really valuable.
Yes.
But okay, yeah. As that happens, Rowena, you see it, I think, a little too late. You realize Rowena is like looking over your shoulder, so you see her focus on the box. Okay, she's bought it, and then you see her quickly like do a glance over your shoulder and do that. And as before you can react, you hear a scrambling of feet, and as you look over your shoulder, you can see Ruby is getting up and lunging towards you. What do you do?
I let myself get tackled or whatever.
Let yourself get tackled. Okay. So River, as you get the box, you hear a scrambling of feet. See Ruby leap up off the ground with a huge hole in her shoulder with like little worms sort of falling out of it. And suddenly, Rice, do you even turn to face Ruby, or you just let her tackle you from behind?
I want to. It would be nice if both of us could fall off the edge.
Oh my god.
Or no.
Okay.
Oh, ooh, I would love to.
So you want to like judo,
No, wait. I would love to navigate it so I get pushed off the edge and she's left behind up top.
Interesting. Okay. So because she is jumping to tackle you, like grab you, like grapple
Okay,
you.
then we just grapple. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Do you
Somebody's getting tossed off the
are you like resisting, or what do you what's
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So Ruby like slams into Rice, and if you are resisting this, I believe hold on, I gotta look up what are the differences between lasers and feelings again. I think this actually, maybe this is besides cold rush. This is feelings because it's not precise. It is a feelings roll. Yeah, so she's going to leap up and try to tackle you. And
No, just roll 1d6 to like resist and like I don't know. We're
you're not
into it.
you're not
We're
prepared.
rivals.
I don't think you're necessarily an expert on
Nah.
wrestling. Yeah, go ahead. 1d6.
That's another 2.
What do you want to happen here as she tries to wrestle you to the ground? She's trying to restrain you and get the gun from you. Is what's happening.
Want to have myself walk the plank.
Hold on. A 2 is
laser feelings.
It's a laser feelings, but you only got one success, so
yes.
there will be a complication. So what your intent is, you want to just tumble over the side without her?
Okay, no. What I want is I want her to get the gun and me on like some sort of like ledge, so it's like I'm walking the plank.
You want to get put in a position of
yes.
like okay.
Is that a complication enough?
It is pretty complicated. Okay, I think I know what's gonna happen. Okay.
Okay, and my question is, how does Ruby feel about me?
This is a new form of Ruby. Ruby does have this worm version of Ruby, as you would know, does have some sort of sensations and memories and personalities from the old Ruby, and you can tell that remnant of Ruby is still in there and is loving this. Like,
Yes.
Ruby is what we never decided. Why were you rivals to begin with?
I think we just sense each other's like auras. Like ever since we were like undergrads together, it's just like, I'll kill you.
Okay.
And
So
this is an exciting development because now we can actually kill each other.
yeah, so
Like,
here's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Because when you got pushed over the edge, that was when you were in worm form, correct?
Yes.
So this is I'm gonna allow this answer to kind of branch out a bit.
Yeah.
It's a little complicated because Ruby, when Ruby first pushed you over the edge, yes, you both, when in life, you both had that rivalry of like, yeah, like your academics and you're like, I hate you, I'm gonna kill you, but kind of in that like, maybe it could have gone that extreme, but it was just kind of like a, you know. But then Ruby actually saw an opportunity to kill you.
Yeah.
Because you had died, and now you were back with these fucked up worms in your body. And Ruby had an amazing reason to kill you, to rid to rid Rachmaninoff of an abomination at the time. You know what they assumed to be an abomination. Now, like you said, you're both the same now. You're both part of something, and now you both can fuck each other's bodies up, and the consequences aren't that bad. And you can really let your feelings go wild here. And so Ruby is loving this, and grabs onto you, twists your arm around, and does a quick thrust, snapping your arm, like breaking it to get the gun to drop out. So your arm suddenly goes limp.
Okay.
She catches the arm and you go stumbling to the edge. Rowena has fully like backed away, pushing onto you, River. If you allow it, she kind of like backs into
yeah,
you.
where I'm backing away too. Are you kidding? Get a room, you two.
And is like trying to back you away from this. She's kind of like getting close to you and sort of putting her arm on the box and like pushing you back away from the fight. So the complication is, as you stumble to the edge to a part of the railing where there's like a gap, like on a boat where you would, you know, go over the side, and you're sort of like teetering there, and she now has the gun pointed at you.
Do I have the hat still?
You still have the hat.
Yes.
The complication is that during all of this, you didn't notice, but suddenly there is a presence behind you, and as you look over the edge, you can see the massive corpse of the whale has sort of arced around and under the ship and is now there below you, looking up. And you hear all the voices coming into your mind, and you presume into Ruby's mind as well. Stop this fighting. Why would you do this to our own? This one has agreed to join us, Ruby.
Stay out of this. This isn't your concern.
It is all of our concerns. If you were to tumble over the edge and lose the vessel that you have now, you and everything that makes you up may wither and die away with the host body. We need to begin the transfer process.
Transfer process? How is that any different? If I lose this body to withering away due to being splatted on the tavern floor, or withered away, dissipated, dissolved into the ocean that is you.
There is a difference. There is. You joining us, you will learn so much more. You tumbling over the side and losing your host body, that will be an end, a void, an abyss. Is that what you want?
I want to take Ruby down with me. And I want to grab Ruby and like tumble backwards.
Oh my god. Okay, Rice, are you gonna, or sorry, River, are you gonna just let this happen? I just want to check in before Rice rolls on this.
I am not getting involved.
Okay, great. All right, Rice, go ahead and roll a feelings for me on this as you reach out to grab on.
What am I trying to do here?
I don't know. What are you trying to do? You said you're grabbing Ruby and tumbling over the side.
This is just vibes based. Okay.
Great.
I don't think this is particularly cool with aura farming. It's not an explorer. We're just gonna see.
I think it's
how
another
it goes.
single roll. Yeah.
You're not gonna believe this.
Did you roll another 2?
This is I think
This is
the
insane.
6th 2 in a row that I have rolled.
Because you got double twos, 2, 2.
Which was broken?
I was gonna say, is this with witch dice? Hold on, I'm gonna roll. I got a 4. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What is your intent here? You are trying to grab Ruby and tumble over the side, and splat onto the floor with Ruby?
Yes.
Okay.
Or like not even splat onto the floor. I think. Okay, my intent is to get us out of the blast radius when that box opens.
Got it. So are you trying to destroy Ruby's body, or are you actually trying to protect Ruby?
I'm trying to protect Ruby.
Trying to protect Ruby.
Like I don't want it to be like a void.
Okay.
So I think like
Okay.
if there are like ropes or something on the underside of the ship, maybe like aim for grabbing onto those.
Grabbing onto the ropes. Okay. Okay. Well, you got 1 success.
Mhm.
So I think this is what happens. You go tumbling over the side. The massive whale corpse watches as this happens, and you just kind of, more than anything, you just feel this like disappointment at what is happening before them. There's no like outward bursts or cry, just a disappointment floods you as you go tumbling over the side. You are able to sort of roll Ruby's body towards the ropes dangling over the side and reach out with your good arm. Your other arm is completely like just like broken. So I guess you're kind of like, I imagine you grabbed with your good arm and your sort of broken flimsy one you kind of like whipped around and then just pull.
I think I used my good arm to pull Ruby, and then I just like let go. Ruby like can grab onto me or something. So like when I grab onto the rope, Ruby's like dangling on me maybe.
So this is okay.
Yeah.
You pull Ruby over the side. You both go plummeting down. You manage to calculate well enough that there are some ropes. So Ruby is able to reach out at the last second, grab a rope, and go like twirling down and just kind of slam into the floor below. You, however, already have a fucked up arm. So you are less fortunate. What happens to you is that you grab the rope a little too late.
Okay.
And as you slam into the ground, you feel your entire lower part of your body just snap.
Oop.
And as you slam into the ground and sort of like peel yourself up, you realize that the entire lower part of your body just sort of like snapped off on a rugged piece of like growth in this cavern. So you basically have been split in half. And your legs are now on the ground.
That sure is a consequence.
Yeah, so that's your consequence. Okay, so going back up to
That's on a success.
That was a success, yeah. So going back up to River. River, you just saw Rice go flying over the side with Ruby, and now you're standing there with Rowena with a box of scorpion squids. What are you gonna do?
Just like that. This is beyond this is beyond my pay grade. Look, I gotta go get this to a safe place. But I'm coming back. We're getting out of here, right? On what?
What is it? Hold on. On this ship right here. But why you need to leave? Stay here. Stay here. This is a safe place. Where do you need to get to?
Okay. Let me see this ship.
Yes, of course.
What
I'd be
have we done?
more than happy to show you our process. And then you hear in your ear the voice of Rayan. So, you decided to stay. Good. Soon you will understand even more of what is going on here, and how I have become something far greater than you can imagine. And Rowena leads you to the door, to one of the blah, 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 like on a sub, like a whole, door, and cranks the wheel open and it pops open. She puts her arms up and does a quick hand signal to the rest of the crew and just kind of says, keep up the fueling process going. I want to get out of here within an hour. And she gestures to you. Come, River. Let me show you what we've been working on. And she leads you inside the ship. As you step inside the sort of red-lit whole interior of the ship, she closes the door behind you and seals it shut as she cranks the wheel closed. And stepping in, you can see the I guess, familiar crew quarters from when you were back here 5 years ago. But it is very different. Everything is definitely more run down. There's a lot of collected detritus from the various organic things they've been collecting over the years. As she's walking through, there's kind of a flurry of activity within here, and she starts leading you towards the rear of the vessel. You pass by what looks to be what you remember to be kind of the cafeteria and kitchen area, and the cafeteria at this moment is pretty much empty. But you can see that it has been fully decorated with all kinds of almost like a trophy display case. There's all sorts of taxidermied specimens of the various creatures they've collected over the years. And back in the kitchen, there's
Are there any taxidermied? Are there any scorpion squids anywhere?
Yeah, I'm gonna say there is, yeah, okay, so you look back towards the kitchen area where there is quite a bit of steam, and there's who you remember, the cook working back there, Ralph, and you can see that he sort of turns around, hearing some footsteps through the cafeteria space, and sees Rowena and just kind of does a quick little salute. He is a very large, sort of bald man with a big, massive black mustache and a stained apron. But you can see he has all kinds of new trophies adorning his outfit, and one of them is this huge necklace that's just a collection of desiccated scorpion squids that have been strung up, sort of dangling over his chest. And as you continue moving through this space, she leads you back towards where the engine room is, and you can see there are multiple tubes that have been ported into here, and they're all kind of hooked up to the engine, which used to run on a conventional fuel, and there seems to be some more mechanisms that you don't recognize that have been constructed with what looks to be parts from various creatures of the planet, that are doing some kind of chemical process to process whatever this fluid is that's coming in. You also see back here there's another device Sort of on either side, there's like two massive kind of like hopper looking things filled with some kind of like liquid that sort of are funneling down into some other strange device with all kinds of dials and stuff. And this seems to be hooked up to pipes that are leading to the exterior of the ship. And it's kind of bubbling and hissing as you go in here. As you step into the ship and she like closed and sealed the door, you feel the presence of Rayan dissipate and go away. And Rowena walks up to the engine area, seeing all this going on, and she goes,
"This is what we've been working on for the past 5 years. We found many uses for the creatures on this world, and well, over the years we came across these strange worm species, this almost parasitic worm species, and unfortunately, one of our own got infected. And our first reaction was to burn the body immediately, but then, well, as you saw, Ruby became quite useful. She started talking to us, and we figured, why not? Let's take a moment to discuss. So we had a bit of a conversation and kept her around a bit, did some tests. She was more than willing to let us do these tests. She was always ambitious in life, and it seemed that lingered in her new form. And she seemed to have some revelations with this new form, some ideas. So we did some tests with her blood, or at least this new concoction of blood that the worm parasite seems to generate. And we found, with some refinements, it was an excellent fuel source. But not quite potent enough for what we needed. And I wasn't about to sacrifice all the crew to make fuel. I mean, besides, there wouldn't be enough, if I'm being honest. So we always knew that the Parish, these whale-like creatures, they had great potential for power, for generating power, but, well, as you know, we failed our first attempt at trying to take one of these things down, and the corpses, they didn't quite, the blood within it wasn't potent enough from the corpse that we were all subsiding on. And it turns out the Parish, after our little stunt of trying to grab one of them alive, well, they developed some bad feelings towards us. And anytime we saw one of them, we ran, because they would try to chase us down, shoo us away. So, with Ruby's help, we figured out we could refine the infected blood and make it into powerful fuel. And we found a young Parish member that we managed to sneak out, capture, I suppose. And we tried our experiment on them. And let me tell you, that fuel was remarkable. And then we discovered that the worm people, they were desperate to infect the Parish. They never had an opportunity to. And they knew that their dead resided within this temple. So we created an arrangement. Brought them in here. Spent quite a bit of time developing the plan and the weapons to get in. That was the next tricky part of the process. How do we create a weapon that would actually deter them long enough to give us the time we needed? Well, you remember how everybody got rhapsodied away, right? Everybody got consumed by the atmosphere.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it rhapsodied away, but yeah.
So, we had heard things on the wind. Perhaps you experienced this in the time you've been on this planet.
No, never.
Voices? You never heard voices on the wind?
Mm-mm. Not a single voice. Just my own voice in my head. That's all.
Well, you're quite lucky then. We were hearing the voices periodically, and we started doing experiments. We found one voice to be stronger than the others.
What voice is that?
You know, it's funny you ask. Because, he mentioned you. You two had a bit of a thing. A bit of a...
He can't shut up in death either, can he?
Has he been speaking with you?
Speaking with implies I'm listening.
Well, with his help, we developed a way to coalesce him into a more pure form. One that gave him great power to speak to others, get into the mind of others.
And then she kind of reaches a hand up and pats one of the big sort of containers of bubbling liquid.
This here is your old friend, Rayanne, right? That was someone that you were a bit close with?
So are you saying that he's dispersed?
Yes, we've distilled him down into this purified form, and we're able to disperse him in this space. And he was able to get into the minds of the parish and make it unbearable to be in here. It was brilliant. What a brilliant plan that he came up with, and through many years of development, we found this way of distilling him down into this liquid. Quite remarkable.
Just him? You're just gonna let him? Are there any others?
Yeah, the other voices weren't as potent. We only needed one. Besides, he was one of our best, if not the best, that we had.
Well, how many more of the parish do you need for fuel? Are you just about done?
We will see. We'll have to run a few tests, but
And she kind of looks over at the engine as it's, you know, glugging away, and kind of walks over and sees a dial, literally like a fuel gauge as it's going up, and it looks to be about 3/4 of the way.
probably about another half hour more should get us to full, and then we will run some diagnostics and fire this thing up, and we should be ready to get out of here.
I bet I can make it more potent. I mean, now that your vest is actually back.
Really?
Is this hooked straight up to the parish outside?
Yes, to the corpse that's just right out there.
Well, let me just go poke around there a bit.
Poke around where?
Around the corpse.
To do what?
Look, you think I've just been surviving out there 5 years on my own with shortwave radio? I've been using the natural.
I mean, you were what? You were only in it for the money, right? You were a contractor. I mean, like, it's scrappy, right?
I've worked with the parish. I've worked a lot with the parish. I've worked with living parish.
Have you now?
And I have figured out things about them that perhaps you might not have. I think it's worth maybe just taking a poke around.
Okay, I'm gonna need a roll, please.
Can I get all
this is
technical here and just start saying, like, what are these? Are these your fractional distillation? Are you trying to methylate this right in here? I think you should do it at the source.
Okay, this is how I think I want to roll it. So convincing her to let you go poke around the body is definitely a feelings roll because it's diplomacy. But what I will give you, because right now Rice is not in the room with you, so can't like provide you with extra die. I'm gonna let you make a lasers roll first. If you succeed on
If I can
this,
help myself.
basically, I mean, I want you to make a lasers roll to show your like savvy, because Rowena
Okay.
clearly doesn't think very highly of you. So you need to convince Rowena of your like savvy. So let's
Okay.
start with the lasers roll and then see if that gives you some bonuses. So you definitely get 1 extra die for your technician.
Okay. I rolled a 3, but I'll roll one more. That's a 3 and 4, which is my number. So
Right.
I got laser
You
feelings.
got laser. Your number is 4, and you're rolling
Yeah.
lasers, so you want to roll under.
Isn't
So
your
you
number
got 2
5?
successes, huh?
We min max. We're 2 and 5, aren't we?
Oh, you're right. I'm 5.
You're 5.
Damn it! I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
Forgetting that I min max because I
sorry.
never min max.
You still,
No,
I
thank
mean, you still got 2 successes.
That's a 3 and a 4.
Yeah, you still got 2 successes. So you were able to convince her of your technical savvy for sure. So I will give you an extra die on this feelings roll. If you want another die, you'll have to convince me how you get more than 2 die. But yeah.
2 is fine. Honestly, having her convinced that River is technical is good enough for me. I can fail this next roll.
Excellent.
But that's a 4 and a 6. So that's 1 success.
That's 1 success. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, great.
You can poke around the corpse. I'm going to join you, though. I want to, you clearly know what you're talking about, but I want to be there to learn a bit and supervise. This is something we've been working on for years, and you're only just now joining us. Look, don't take it personally. We haven't been together for 5 years. I don't know. You did say some pretty savvy stuff just now, but, you know.
No, come around. I'll show you what this goo can do.
Great, let's get out there. And she's gonna lead you back out. Back down to the surface of the catacomb or the honeycombs. You, Rice, laying there, lower half completely severed. Just an
So am I
upper
making
half.
like death saving like rolls, or
We'll just figure it out. You're just, this is a huge downside. You're now just an upper half.
Yep.
And I will say, I think to just have the stakes, be higher, I think there is a limit to the abuse that your host body can take.
Oh, for sure.
And I think if your host body does sort of die, that the worms themselves just won't be able to sustain themselves, and they will wither and die as the
We are about to find the limits of my regeneration powers.
Yes. So yeah,
yeah.
what do you want to do as Ruby is now sort of cracking herself back into place and sort of standing up, looking over to you severed there? What do you do? Half of Rice.
So Ruby's back on her feet, and I'm completely detached from the bottom, or do I think that I could try to regenerate enough to get to my feet, or is this just I'm at the mercy of Ruby sort of situation?
I think you are fully split in half like an earthworm.
That's so rough.
So yeah, but you have full control of the upper half, of your arms and torso and all.
I mean, why wouldn't I also have control of the lower half, or half of me?
That's a great question. I'm just arbitrarily deciding that I'm going zombie rules, right? The worms have to tap into the nervous system, and the control center is up here. So, yeah.
Okay, I think. God, do I call Ruby over? Or do I just try to scoot my torso down and reconnect?
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna call Ruby over. It's a little bit more dramatic, I think. I'm like, Ruby, are you okay?
She looks down at you.
Hey, give a girl a hand.
Why should I?
I'll let you have your hat back.
I could just take it back at this point. Look at you.
You got a point.
That was a pretty kick-ass move you did.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something very important.
She kneels down, gets close to your face.
You need to get out of here. You need to get out of here. I can't say why, but you'll die if you stay.
Why should I trust you? You've shot me, pushed me over the edge, and then
And that's
pushed
why
me
you know
over
that
the edge
you
again.
can trust me. If I was gonna lie to you, I'd do it to your face. If you understand what I mean. I'd tell you if I was lying to you.
Roll a Felix for me. Just one die, I think.
That's a 3. That's a success.
It's a success. Okay. Sorry, give me a sec. She smiles, reaches down, pulls the hat off, puts it on her head.
It was a good rivalry. I'll choose to believe you. I'm gonna miss this.
Miss this. No round 3.
I think you've lost. Goodbye, Rice.
And she's going to step on your arm and start applying pressure to snap the other arm. What do you do?
Oh my god. Through my inventory. Ruby's hat, projectile weapon, broken arm, lower half of body, a box of scorpions given away. I'm empty. I'm running on empty. I have a mud mucus membrane suit. I don't have the radio to call for help. Oh, this is rough. Oof. I want to send out parts of my worms to go into the bullet hole and start fighting her inside of her own body.
Okay. Jesus. Okay. I have no idea. Let's go with feelings. Sure. Let's go with a single die roll of feelings because it's like.
Okay, and I think this is led by one of the rebel worms that tried to abandon the body with the scorpion. No, I had a worm that like said friends Romans, so this is the one that like rallied.
Okay.
And once again, this worm is rising to the occasion
Okay.
and like becoming just like this spiral, this kind of like slime mold spire
Okay.
that's like a spear and just like squirts and like lances up
Okay.
into her wound
Okay.
as a boarding party, and that's a 5, so 1 success.
1 success. Okay. Okay, great. So those worms shoot up and into the hole as she kind of reacts. And in that reaction, she pushes all of her weight down, snapping your other arm on your original body. But now you have a contingent inside of Ruby's body as she stumbles back and starts to kind of like do this weird, like twitching movement as she's trying to. There's now a battle happening within her between the two worms. What do you do next?
I get access to like her memories. Like, does she have a healing potion that I could?
Go ahead and roll feelings for me to see if your boarding party is able to tap into the nervous system of this body and learn
That's one
something.
success. That's a 3.
One success. Okay.
Min-maxing, baby.
Yeah. Okay. She... Yeah, okay. She has, you can tell as you tap into the nervous system, you get flashes of things that you're like desperately like going through the like Rolodex of useful stuff. And there are 2 things maybe you could do with. One, I'll say there are just like, what would make sense for like worm creatures? I think literally she has like essentially the equivalent of some kind of powderized stimulant that in the corpse body like is able to like inhale it, and it will sort of disperse throughout the colony of worms and give like a rush, this like crazy like stimulant rush. So she has some baggies of that she seems to have acquired a taste for over the years. And she does have like a first aid style kit that doesn't have anything that would necessarily be like a healing potion, but there is a bundle of the really, really strong silk like fibers that those like, you know, worms produce. But it would require like a
taking over the body.
You would have to like take time, right, to like use it. So that the fast acting thing would maybe there's something you could do with that like stimulant that she has. This like powderized stimulant.
Okay. This is crazy. I think we have to try to apply the stimulant. Do I do it to the boarding party or myself? I think
This is so crazy.
so gross. Okay, so I think I didn't leave enough worms in the central nervous system to, or like in the upper torso to like really get myself back together. Like this took like a lot of us. But I do know that there's stuff in the lower half. They don't have control, but they might be able to like stitch themselves together or like get God, what's interesting? Or I could just take over this body and do it.
I'm gonna set up the stakes here because like a lot is happening that like things are getting pretty dire. I'm gonna say that if whatever you end up rolling next, if you do end up getting 0 successes, I think that
it's fatal.
It's
absolutely
fatal.
Yes. Okay, what we're gonna do is here's the plan. We're gonna slap some of this powder into the wound, which I have a beachhead in.
So you're gonna try to take control of her body long enough to like slam the powder in. Okay.
And then that will bootstrap me into being able
Frenzy
to
mode.
like, you know, actually take over the body and like apply first aid.
Okay. Let's start with the first feelings roll. Again, single die, because I don't know how your tags apply to this.
Yes. So I just can't roll a 1 here.
Can't roll a 1.
It's a 4.
Okay. So you will succeed at this. There will be some complication. What the fuck is the complication? But yeah, so the body, it's fighting itself. The hand reaches down, pulls one of these baggies, bites the baggie to tear it open, and then just slams it into the hole. Powderized stimulant just shoots into the body. I think the complication is that your boarding party has literally 1 shot at this because they're gonna OD on this immense amount of stimulants that just shot into the body. So let's.
What's the terrain around here? Are we just like on the floor? It's just like way open. Is there another cliff?
Sorry, I thought you were gonna ask what the terrain is inside the body. I'm like, what? I mean, what? You're in the limbic system, the circulatory system? I don't know. What's the terrain around here? So I think because we've established that you fell on something and it split you, that there's sort of these. Okay, let's go with this. So this cavern, you are realizing it is constructed out much like wasps or bees. It is made of some kind of secretion that hardens, and so the bottom of this bowl-like cavern has some of these protrusions, these almost stalagmite-esque protrusions. So it's kind of a bowl with pockets of floor you can walk on, and then protrusions sort of scattered around, like stalagmites.
Okay, so the plan that I'm looking for here is I want to, like, this is terrible, get most of her worms trapped and cornered in some limb of the body, and then use the gun to shoot that limb off.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, again, roll feelings. You're trying to you're possessing this body. Let's go.
It's just like, oh god, what limb though? So I was thinking terrain, so like if I can blow that limb off, then it can like be far enough away that's like not a problem.
I'll give you two die in this because you get the benefit of the drugs.
Okay, great. I mean, I just can't roll snake eyes then.
I think so, yeah. Just don't roll snake eyes.
Laser feelings. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, and one of them is a 2?
Yes.
Okay, great. So okay, you succeed. You did well. Good job. So the body and grabs the gun and places it right at the. You want it to sever here?
I think the gun part is like the kind of like secret second step. The first step is like, okay, I'm gonna like kind of like corner her in like some part where it's like, okay, she can like come back from this. Is it the head? It might be the head where like she like has to hang out in the command center.
So you want her colony to concentrate into the head. Great.
Yes.
You can do it. Like, you do it. So the boarding party worms are these supercharged raging worms that have sort of pressed the colony up into the head. I think if we're gonna go full body horror grossness, I think the head itself from the outside, you see her like, doing this corpse-like marionette dance, and then you just see all these like lumps going up the neck, and the head itself starts to kind of like writhe and swell as your worms press up into there, and now the colony is isolated to the head. The rest of the limbs start to go limp as it's just kind of like doing this. What now?
And I think there's like some communication within where like she says something like, I have control long term, I just have to like wait you out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you hear her voice going, I don't know what you're getting at, but you will never be able to get within here. I just have to wait out your stupid little vermin. As she isolates herself within the control center of the head.
What's a good one-liner about the hat? And I think I say, that thing never really suited you, darling. And I take control of the gun and I shoot her neck.
Shoot her neck to sever her neck. Okay. I'll give you 2 die again. For.
That's no fun. I want 1 die. Snake Eyes is
true. That's true.
Snake Eyes is too hard to roll.
Well, this is what I'm gonna say to make the stakes of this higher. I'm gonna say this is a lasers roll because you have isolated her colony, now you're trying to do precise action to blow the head off. So you still want to go with 1 die?
Okay, nope. We're good with 2 dice.
So. Thanks. This okay, I'll say this. So the complication with the last one was that your worms are basically gonna OD on the drugs, on the stimulants. I think you can still get the benefit from the stimulants because it. Okay, yeah. If you don't get at least 2 successes on this. Ooh. No, let's just see. Yeah, let's see what happens. So lasers, go ahead. 2 die, 1 for the stimulants, and
1 base. So I need to roll a 1 or a 2 with these 2 dice.
you need to roll 1 or 2 with these 2 dice. Yeah. I'm tempted to give you aura farming for the one-liner, but I don't know.
Yeah, it was a good one-liner, wasn't it?
What do you think, Anya?
Thumbs up.
Sure, let's go for it. 3 die. You gotta get lasers. You need a 1 or a 2.
That's a 1, baby.
Okay. Only 1 success?
Only 1 success.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Oh, yes. I have to roll under it. Yes, 1 success.
You have to roll under your number. Yeah, so
Yeah.
1 success. Okay. You say your cool one-liner. The arm goes up, presses the gun in, and you hear her voice. No! The neck severs as the head goes tumbling off into space and the body collapses. The boarding party worms, that was the last of their effort as they all wither and die from the overstimulation of the drugs. The head goes tumbling and
No time
rolls
to do
off.
a little bit of first aid?
The complication is that her body is destroyed. Your rival is now just ahead, which is rapidly deteriorating as the worms within have barely anything to sustain themselves.
Okay.
You have defeated your rival. However, you now lie broken on the floor of this place, knowing that at any moment up above, scorpion squids are going to be unleashed upon the corpse above.
Not good!
We only have 10 minutes here, so I'm going to cut back as you lie there broken on the floor. We cut back, smash cut up above as the flurry of activity is happening on the ship, and you, River, are led to the bow of the ship as Rowena waves down the corpse. It sort of gently floats down to the bow facing Rowena, and you now also hear the hive mind voice tapping into your mind, and you presume Rowena's.
Rowena, who is so lovely that we have come to this arrangement. What can I do for you?
And Rowena puts her hands on her hips.
Well, we have a new friend here that we lost touch with for many years. And she believes she can give us a little oomph to speed things along, to make sure that we all come out of this happy. So, River, my friend here, is going to do a bit of fiddling with the mechanisms that we've installed on your new, beautiful body.
And the whale slowly drifts up to the side of the ship.
Very well. Whatever we can do to aid you in your endeavors and giving us this beautiful gift, we are so thankful to you.
River, what do you do in this moment as Rowena stands there over your shoulder waiting to see what you plan to do?
So, Rice gave River and Rhapsody a worm each. And River put that in their toolkit,
Yeah.
which is now strapped around their waist.
Yeah.
I think River is just gonna like go around, take out the toolkit, gonna make to like inspect everything, gonna see what all of the mechanisms are happening here. I gotta put this box down, this really important box. I guess I'll put it right next to and I will just like maybe just set the worms down with the box.
You set the worm down?
So there are the 2 worms, which River is never going to put in is never going to put it in their body. It's just okay. I'm trying to think of how to do this because I think once you put on like a day glow vest and a hard hat, people are generally going to just let you do whatever, right? So I feel like theoretically I could just go find like, where's the blowhole around here? Where's your blowhole? You've got 3 of them, so I just need to check the blowholes. They're important.
So that's what you're saying. That's like your line for getting in close to work on this.
Yeah. I'm gonna find the blowholes, and I think I'm gonna
okay.
just look at
yeah.
them, clear things away.
Rowena, like, you ask to see the blowhole, and Rowena kind of scrunches and goes and sort of shrugs and gestures to the corpse. Lower a bit down so we can get access to the blowholes. Trust me, they know what they're talking about. And the corpse gently floats down like a huge dirigible next to the edge of the ship, and you can see, like, it's a little bit of a gap to like jump over onto the corpse to access them, but there are the 3 blowholes there for this massive corpse, and you can hear the sounds of the tubes pumping away the fuel.
Does Rowena have any worms?
Like, is Rowena infested?
Yeah.
I guess you don't know. You could make a low stakes feelings roll. Go ahead and just make a feelings roll and see if you can intuit that.
That's a 3.
So that is
no.
No, that's a no. So you have no idea.
What's that, jerky? I don't know.
You have no idea, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So what's the plan here, River?
The plan here is I have some biotechnology I've been working on for quite a while. This is something that should just clean out a lot of the gunk.
The voice of Rayan comes back into your mind, and you also see kind of Rowena like look up as this is happening.
What are you planning, River? What did you tell Rowena to let you tinker around with our work? You were just a lowly contract worker here to make a buck. You didn't believe in the mission of Rachmaninoff.
And Rowena kind of like stops for a second, crossing her arms.
Look, they told me some wonderful things down below. I think they know what they're talking about. They knew exactly the specifications for what we had built. Let's give them a chance.
While they're talking, I'm gonna put a worm in the blowhole.
You're gonna put a worm in the blowhole, okay?
I'm putting a worm in the blowhole, and then as if like nothing wrong here, just gonna poke around. I'm doing a bunch of things at once, just like.
So you're trying to
I'm
do this
all around here.
You're like doing it like it's part of the routine of doing your work.
Just part of the routine. Taking out my wrench, taking out the wrench, opening up the box,
go
putting a
ahead
scorpion in there.
Do you put
a scorpion?
Do you put a
or
scorpion
worm?
in the blowhole or a worm?
A worm in one blowhole, scorpion in the other. Just going around, just gonna like worm,
So
scorpion.
you're gonna
One of these is gonna work.
Oh my god. Okay. So go ahead and roll lasers. I'm gonna give you 1 die roll for this. This
That's
is
fine.
trying to be calm. 1 die. Go for it.
That's a 2.
A 2, and so that is a success. Yeah, because you need to roll
that's a
under.
success.
Okay. I mean, the complication is built into what you are trying to do. So you drop a piece of rice, which is a worm. Sorry, that's confusing. You drop a piece of rice Mississippi, which is a worm, into one blowhole. So a part of your sort of consciousness, rice, suddenly begins to wriggle its way into this corpse, and like I think your consciousness of Rice below starts getting little. I think it's like almost a sudden flood of sensation from the initial moments of tapping into the colony that is in the whale corpse. However, the complication is you also said you put a scorpion in there. What we have established to be the natural predators for the worms. So
I'm trying to decrease the amount of worms I don't want.
That's fair. That's fair.
So that Rice can deal with the whale.
So you, Rice, get this sudden sensation of this immense being for a moment. This like wave washes over you, which is really rapidly replaced with a feeling of extreme fear and pain, I guess, as the corpse just suddenly
I think it spreads to the rest of the colony. Like if they're feeling what I'm feeling and I'm feeling what they're feeling, like as that one worm goes in there, it realizes what's going on. It's like, what has River done? Why did River do this? And like that panic spreads.
Yeah, and so River, you on top of the whale corpse are suddenly bucked as the whole thing lurches and spasms as this scorpion drops in and begins to go to town on the innards of this corpse.
What happens to the rest of the box?
What? Yeah, so let's resolve first. What do you do in reaction to the corpse suddenly lurching and beginning to panic?
Oh, whoa, Nelly, gotta hold on there. Gonna put more scorpions in.
Oh my god. Okay, so oh my god. Okay.
Scorpions in the blowhole, whole box.
So you're just gonna try to try to upend the box and put it in the blowhole?
Yep.
Okay.
Look at the adrenaline's going way up. This is gonna be some explosive material.
Okay. Let's go with God, this is a feelings roll now because now you are suddenly acting like purely on instinct and
That's fair.
You suddenly are grabbing this box. This is all happening simultaneously as you grab the box and begin to dump it, go to dump it in. The hive mind of the whales shrieks out to all of those in the vicinity. So you, Rowena, I think you, Rice, down below, just hear as it starts wailing. God damn it. In everybody's minds. And then the other consequence is that, River, you hear in your mind another voice start pressing in as Rayan goes, "You insolent fool! What are you doing?" And begins to try to psychically flood you with overwhelming sensations of like fear and panic. So you have to try to contend with a bucking whale, a whale freaking out in your mind, and your rival trying to psychically stop you from doing this. So go ahead and I think I can really only imagine you have one die here unless you can give me a reason you get two.
Rand's been psychically trying to stop me the entire time I've known him. And you think I've gotten as far as I have as a lonely, not lonely, I meant lowly. Maybe a little lonely contract without ignoring all of his screaming.
Okay.
No, I'll take one die.
Okay. I will throw out there, if Rice, if you have a way of being able to aid, I'm open to it.
I mean, I can jam the airwaves, the psychic airwaves.
Jam the psychic airwaves. Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead and
control.
make a feelings roll.
Okay. 96. That's a feelings, laser feelings.
You got laser feelings. Okay, so you
So
can have
just a
2
success.
die on this feelings roll, River.
And so, like, you just get like a moment of silence, like
Nice.
this opportunity. The blowhole turns slightly.
That is 2 failures. I see a 4 and a
Yeah.
1.
No.
Okay.
Is that it?
We are at 9 o'clock. This is actually kind of perfect. So,
How's this for lowly contractor, motherfuckers?
yeah, you know what? I think it goes wrong in all possible ways. So, you
Oh, no.
do get your final moment here, River, as you upend the box and shout that the squid scorpions come tumbling out, their little jets rocketing towards the blowholes, and they all start to scatter and skitter across the surface of the whale. Rowena shrieks out a desperate cry, trying to stop this from happening. The psychic blast of Rayan begins to make your ears pop and bleed as you begin to spasm on the back of the whale. The whale corpse, its massive form, lurches up into the air, snapping the pipes in its spasms as the scorpions begin to devour it from within. Rice, you are flooded with sensations of pain and fear. And River, your final moments are you getting flung off the back, tumbling down towards the spines of the ship, the Rachmaninoff ship, as you are thunk, impaled. The corpse of the whale, the final thing you see is the massive shape rearing up above you. You hear Rowena scream, and you hear your rival shout out, "No!" as the corpse crashes down on the ship, crushing the hull. It buckles, and Rice, you far below on the floor, watch as a small light appears and an eruption of purple flame shoots out as the ship crumples and explodes from the weight of the corpse, and raining bits of debris and burning colony of worms, all shrieking in pain and fear, come raining down around you. Rice, your final moments as your body withers and decays away. You see a lone shape come into this darkened space as Rhapsody comes floating in. Her form circling overhead, desperately searching the ruins and the debris, getting closer and closer until eventually it alights down by your side, and you see the multitude of eyes looking down softly towards your withering corpse. She reaches out to you with her mind. Where's River?
They fell. I saw. I didn't see where.
Well, it looks like the horrible gas is gone. And the Rachmaninoffs are no more. Thank you.
Rhapsody. Remember us. That was pretty sick.
I will tell your story. And she'll press her kind of nose into your hand. And she says, in your final moments, she says, "Here, allow yourself, one of you, to come to me. I will remember your story. I am willing to make a connection with your kind. And she will gently glide down to where one of her blowholes is, alighting it next to your outstretched hand. What do you do?
Yeah, I think one little worm inches its way across
Okay.
and reaches up. Maybe. Oh, I think actually Rice's arm reaches up, so it's kind of like a
Yeah.
Sistine Chapel sort of situation.
Yeah.
Reaching up.
As
And then it stops and hesitates.
as the worm sits there, Rhapsody
And then-
begins to pull in a deep breath.
And I think then Rice withdraws and says, "All stories have to end sometime," and lets the hand drop and expires.
The last thing we see is Rhapsody turning and looking down at the corpse of Rice, the big multitude of soft eyes welling with tears. And as the camera pans down, we see the hand of Rice laying there on the cold floor. The single worm lets out its final moments as it twitches and then remains still. And that's where we'll conclude our story of lasers and feelings within our quiet year world.
Wow, that was like a space opera at the end. It's like, okay, everybody dies. It's the third act. Let's go.
Everybody dies.
And I was expecting River to get out of that at least. That was a surprise
no.
to me.
No.
we were at, it felt right. We were like right
Yeah.
at the end. It was two
Failing
failures.
the final roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's two failures. I know it was tough because I made you roll not your stat, but
So
It
good.
is.
yeah.
It is how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dice spoke and they were like, "Hey, dramatic irony right now."
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Thank you, ArcF2, for tuning in. Yeah,
Yeah.
full-on space tragedy.
You always have the best emojis.
Yes, you do. Truly. That was a blast. We don't have a solid plan for next week. We may end up just doing this again. Because this system is so easygoing. It's just so easy to run. So we may end up doing this again.
Sorry,
so.
all stories have to end. Anyway, tune in next
Anyway,
week.
let's tune in next week. I mean, it would be with different characters. It'd be in a different part of the world. You know, we'd figure it out. There's still more to explore with this world, I think. There's the angler bison. There's the upper atmosphere. We didn't spend any time there really. So, yeah.
I really love what you did with the parish. I thought that was very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was fun. Yeah. There is one thing. We can do a quick little postmortem here before we tune off. I've been thinking about this a lot because I've been having a ton of fun with this, and I've for a very long time been wanting to do something where we like play a game in a world of our own creation, and this felt really good to do that. One thing I will say, as I was very much pulling a lot of this out of my ass as we went, this is the most improvised thing I think we have done on this show. One thing I kind of was a little bit regretful of is that I didn't lean into the uniqueness of the world that we had set up, in the sense that going down into the lower parts of the planet, the lower atmosphere, I feel like I should have leaned into like what would actually make that be unique. Like if it was I was thinking about like Project Hail Mary, the guy who wrote that, Andy Weir, he was talking about the planet that Rocky is on. As you go down into the lower atmosphere of that planet, the pressure increases greatly, and that's partially why Rocky's anatomy is the way that it is. And so that was something I was thinking about. I was like, well, it would have been really interesting if maybe the pressure had been really high at the lower end, like the lower parts of the planet. but we didn't really like go into that. So I still had a blast. Don't get me wrong; it was really, really fun. But you know, I feel like
Okay.
Yeah.
Pitch.
Yeah.
This temple was built here because it's on like the highest amount on the whole
high,
world.
yeah, the highest like plateau.
There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the pressure isn't as great. Yeah, yeah. Okay. That is it. Thank you, everybody. We will
Thank you.
see you all next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.